The K-Files is brought to you by John Barnes Electric, your full-service electrical company, serving Rocky Mount and surrounding areas. Locally owned, locally recommended. Available 24/7. Call today for a free estimate. 442-7002. 442-7002.
Okay, well, that's a little bit different intro.
I like that.
Kind of hits you in the face, that, crime is here and we're here to help solve some crimes. But this morning we are here to, and we don't know, we might be here to solve some crimes that are recent. But anyway, we're going to talk about this morning lots of different things. We're taking the show in a little bit of a different direction. We are still doing unsolved murders. That is very important to us. We're also talking about local cases. That's very important to us. Any way we can help law enforcement, and work with the public to solve crimes, then that's our mission. So anyway, we want to continue our discussion. If you want to call in, we're continuing. We'll continue the City of Rocky Mount a little bit this morning. We got something from the county that I want to talk about and probably get into a couple of cases later on in the show this morning. And 407-1111 is the number. You can put the number up, Lee, if you will. In talking about this, Rick said a mouthful, as I said to him. The employees have to see, I have a lot of people calling me. You can't say who I am. You can't tell anybody who told you this, but so I never tell tales and names to. That's what they say. Mm-hmm. Don't tell tales and names to. So I have a lot of people that trust me, and I have a file that's yay big. It's called my whistleblower's file.
That's how we found out about the EMS coverage. That's how we found out about the Pet Connection. Mm-hmm. That's how we found out about so many things with the county.
Yeah.
It is employees that I myself or Freddie or other people had a direct relationship with, and they said, look, you don't know this, but this. And I was like, what?
They have to trust you, like Rick said.
Yes.
They have to trust you. So anyway, that's what it's all about. I reached out. This Pet Connection thing has really bothered me because of some of the situations that have taken place. And when you get a report from the SBI, you want to think it's right. Mm-hmm. So it is getting better. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Totally
is that the
agree.
last?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It is getting better with the Pet Connection. But I also reached out and asked, I've had a person to call me and make me aware that they didn't believe there was any security in the administrative building. So I reached out to the county manager, Stacy Schatzer, and asked her, was there any security? And I'll tell you exactly what I said. Per a citizen call that I received, they are concerned that the county administrative building does not have security for protection of the offices and the employees. If you do, please let me know what you have in place. Well, she did, and I will say she reached right back out in a very timely manner. She said, we do have security in our administration building. There is a security desk at our entrance, and we have completely rerouted the traffic in the building to be more secure. Then I asked her about the employee, I believe his name is Chris, is that right? That was let go from the Nash County Sheriff's Office. A while back, I had heard that he was not certified to carry a gun, but, and the county manager rehired, I guess, or kept him on or whatever, rehired him over security, over Pet Connection, and there's one more, I believe, department that he is over. There's 3. But I know there's security and Pet Connection that he is over. And, you know, I've been asking the question, why is he still there? Why is he still there? I mean, my goodness, Pet Connection was just a problem. But anyway, so I reached out. He carries a gun throughout the properties, throughout the building and all of that. And I said, he's not, I had heard he wasn't certified anymore. So I said, how can he carry a gun if he is not certified? So, and why is he carrying a gun? Why?
See,
Can he arrest someone?
I assumed he was sworn all these years with the sheriff. You know,
Right.
and sheriff was like, absolutely not. I just assumed it, but that's not the case.
Okay. Well, she said the deputy that resigned from the sheriff's office had a valid certification for the past 3 years and was able to carry a weapon. His certification expired in June, and he has not been carrying since June. We are currently seeking licensure, and once obtained, both of our officers will have the appropriate training and will be carrying. Carrying a weapon was the decision of the Board of Commissioners. She's putting it on them. Was the decision of the Board of Commissioners. So there you go.
You know, I don't understand why this responsibility has not been tasked or given to the sheriff. Any other county that you go into, the sheriff's office handles security at the courthouse or the admin building.
Right, right.
You know.
Yeah, I don't understand it either. I don't know. But I was told from somebody that that is her jurisdiction and she can make those decisions.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the authority to grant someone the authority to carry a firearm as though they were a law enforcement officer. I mean,
right.
That doesn't work.
That's what...
They have to be credentialed, sworn, and be given the ability or the power to arrest.
Well, when she says training, seeking licensure, and once obtained, our officers will have the appropriate training. Did he not have the training already? Why did he not have the training?
Well, he's got to have someone to swear him in to give him law enforcement authority. Well, there's only 2 jurisdictions in Nashville. One is Nashville Police Department. The other is the Sheriff's Office. They're the only ones that can really give him authority to carry a weapon and place individuals under arrest. So I don't...
Well, I will give her credit. She did reach back out in a very timely manner and pretty quickly and answer my question. So that was a good thing. And I thank her for that, but it still doesn't, we will follow this up and see where it goes and what goes on with that. And we'll continue to follow the Pet Connection. Nashville, I want to mention what happened in Nashville and want to follow that as well. They had hired the public works director from Lewisburg that came in and changed, we talked about this a little bit last week, didn't we? Changed the receipts, the amounts on the receipts. I mean, how do you think you can do that? But anyway.
And look at Rocky Mount.
Yeah,
It's basically
here
the
we
same
go.
thing, it's just on a much bigger scale.
Absolutely. And I want to say with the city of Rocky Mount, I did ask a question yesterday to the mayor, do you feel like there's any embezzlement? And he said, right now we do not. It looks like to me with the city of Rocky Mount, jumping off the topic of Nashville, it looks like to me a lot of the money, because it's like I told the mayor, we want to know where the money went. We want to know what this money was spent on. We have a right. We are the citizens. What was the money spent on? It looks like to me it's going to be a lot of it salaries. Where
That's a lot of salary
this
money.
past, well, some of it. Now, all of it's not. But this past city manager, Keith Rogers, he hired and hired, and Rochelle Small Tony did too. They started hiring people willy-nilly, hiring. They were just hiring all these people. And so I think a lot of it's going to come down to salaries. I really do. I'm really not looking for a lot of embezzlement
Well, it only
in the
takes one.
situation. Yeah, I don't know. And nobody's going to know until the audit is complete from the outside firm. And I would like to know, follow up to see what the auditor had to say yesterday. The auditor's office, Dave Bullock's office, was in there. And I would like to know what happened with that. But anyway, getting back to Nashville, so he changes receipts, and then they find this one receipt was discovered. Well, usually where there's smoke, there's a lot of fire. So they kept looking and found more and more. And it added up to a good sum of money that was embezzled from the Public Works Director. So anyway, Nashville has its own problems as well. So Kyle Pritchard came on yesterday to talk about the Pumpkin Festival. I said, okay, what about Spring Hoe? Do y'all have any problems over there?
No, they don't have any. Is that what he said?
No, he didn't say they didn't have any, but he said, whew, he was just, he said, let's talk about the Pumpkin Festival.
Yeah. I think they've got a handful of things with water runoff, subdivisions, road access.
Yeah.
They got some issues with DOT. Yeah, they've got a handful of issues going on over there as well.
Yes, I don't know of any town, Sharpsburg, bless their heart, they can't even get a police chief.
Yeah.
They can't even, or a manager, which is it?
Both.
Both, isn't it? Golly, it's just hard. I feel sorry for Sharpsburg. They have really struggled, and the lady that was running, well, apparently she had some issues. So, did she take her name off the ballot, or
Last I heard it was still on. I know she had a lot of social media activity over the past couple of weeks, but yeah, last I heard, I thought she was still running.
Well, anyway, we'll be right back right after this. It's time to go to break.
The K-Files is brought to you by John Barnes Electric, your full-service electrical company, serving Rocky Mount and surrounding areas. Locally owned, locally recommended, available 24/7. Call today for a free estimate, 442-7002, 442-7002.
I tell you what, just about everything we learn know now, is on a phone. Somebody was telling me the other day, as much as we talked about last week, having your nose in the phone, not paying attention to what's going on, lo and behold, it was on the news that somebody had their face in the phone and in Raleigh, and apparently in a parking lot had gotten hit by a car. So there we go. Lo and behold, right after we talked about it. So there's an interesting, well, we'll go ahead and talk about this crime first. Over on Bridgewood, I have not heard an update about the 4 people that were taken to the hospital, but there was a party that went on all night long on Bridgewood Drive, going down Bienvenue on the right-hand side of the apartments, Bridgewood Apartments, right across the street. It's a corner house. Every police car in town was over there, I think. I mean, it just showed tons of 13, I believe they said, responded. I didn't even know there was 13 on the street at one time, police officers. But anyway, overnight party all night. And you know, if there was an all-night party, you know that the neighbors heard that. They had to have been awakened by it if it was going on all night. They say it was just a, you know, all-night thing. 6 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday is when this shooting took place. Now, what in the heck? 5 people shot, 4 went to the hospital, 1 died. Terrible. But anyway, I was trying to get an update on that, but that's the last we know. We don't know anything except I don't think another one of those that went to the hospital passed away. But anyway, that was a terrible situation with a party going on overnight. So,
question, you know, they're talking about doing cuts to jobs in Rocky Mount because of, you know,
yes,
the financial
yes.
situation. Has anyone said or mentioned law enforcement, public safety, fire rescue, how many of those cuts might go that route?
They have not mentioned who it will be. You will get your letter. There was a generic letter that went out that said that they were cutting back and that they would be told who it was. Your supervisor will go to you and let you know. They're going to try their best to help you the best they can, I guess, find a job or placement or something. But anyway, I haven't heard if
Because, you know, that would have a direct impact on public safety.
Fire, rescue, I don't know, police.
With the state, when Beverly Perdue was governor, you know, we had a very tough financial situation, and they actually implemented something like last hired, first fired. Thankfully at Highway Patrol we didn't have to, you know, fire anyone. We had a lot of troopers that were eligible for retirement, and they opted to go home so that no young trooper would lose their job. But the state, I mean, we were in such tight financial situations at the time. The Highway Patrol couldn't even buy paper to go on our patrol cars. We had to get it from the clerk of court. They wanted us to park our cars, not run them. They put restrictions on our uniforms, how many uniforms you could get at any. I mean, it was extremely, it was tight. It was a tight financial situation. We had, I took a pay cut. State employees took a pay cut. Rick might have actually been in the Senate during that time, but I believe Beverly Perdue was governor, and it was, like I say, it was a very tight financial situation, and it was right after that Republicans took the House and the Senate, and we've been in good financial situation since.
Well, that is good.
But I was just wondering if
well, I'm glad you brought up the employees, because we didn't talk about that this morning at all. But yes, some are going to be let go, 10%. Now that's a lot.
That is a lot.
When you have, you got to figure, the city of Rocky Mount is a large employer.
They probably have 800 to 1,000 employees.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but they are a large employer, and 10%, that's a lot. And we don't. Some are going to be part-time workers, and they're going to lay off some full-time, they said. So we'll have to see. Hopefully, maybe they'll get into it and not have to let go as many as they thought, but I don't know that that will be the case, and that is sad that we're in this mess, and it just, the utility bills is not the, and I know we emphasize those, but that's not the only thing that will be affected. As you said, jobs will be affected. So anyway, as Rick said, this too will pass. we will get through it. The city, they made sure they said in the press release, we are still open for business.
I just hope the city learns from it, because you know, when Beth Wood came 6, 8, 10 years ago, she found a lot of things.
Yes.
And clearly, the city didn't learn from it, or they didn't take her advice,
Yes.
or they weren't open to her findings. But I believe she wanted people charged.
Yes. Well, I ask, here's the question I ask. How can the citizens of Rocky Mount have confidence that this will not happen again? What safeguards will be put in place that should have been in place already, right? Mm-hmm. To keep the citizens from being penalized for mismanagement again? I mean, I ask this. And, this continuing trend is just very troubling. That's all I have to say. And we need to stop it, and I said that yesterday. We need to stop it right now. I mean, it's just, good morning.
Good morning. I'm sorry, I can hardly hear you. I don't have my headphones on. Look, are they brothers, or I guess they're twins. I don't know. Are they going to be on tomorrow?
No, tomorrow will be Richard Sarmiento and Philip Davis tomorrow.
Well, what's with the twins?
Well, we're doing more news stuff right now. There's so much going on that, they have their own style, and we need to do some news. So, they really don't.
They said that Friday was going to be a no politics today or something.
Yeah.
Maybe it was radio where I heard that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, on Friday we do try to be more light with things, but if it's necessary and we have a lot of news going on, we have to bring it over into Friday, and that's what we're going to do. But
yeah, I know. There's a couple of really bad, terrible things that happened, and the response from people, I mean, the major news didn't work. I mean, it's just like it was nothing. You know what I mean?
right.
Yeah, it's terrible. I watch the news, of course, but not like I used to. But anyway, I was just wondering about the guys. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Program anyway.
Thank you for calling.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, yes. Friday, sometimes we do have to do news. So that's probably what, we'll do some news tomorrow, mix it up a little bit. People like, by Friday we find people like, oh, I'm tired of this. And weeks like this, when we get these kind of announcements, it's heavy. It's a very heavy thing. And so we want to laugh. So on Fridays we try to keep it a little bit light and have fun, and just talk about a variety of things, but just things that are not newsy, if you know what I mean. So
it's hard to do right now.
It's hard to do right now because we just have to do it.
Level,
it's really tough. So, what is the deal with the Donald Trump thing? Getting on the escalator. What happened?
Well, the Wall Street Journal or New York Times, they did a story Sunday joking about the escalator. Maybe we'll make the escalator go down so that he has to walk up the stairs. Okay. I think it was intentional.
I was going to say, do you think that and the teleprompter not?
I mean, that was
come
intentional.
on. I mean, after a series of events, you're thinking, something's going on.
I think it's intentional. I think it's just to kind of turn screws with him.
I tell you what.
But it didn't mess his game up.
No.
None at all.
Oh, he can talk. If there's one thing he can do, that's okay. He can talk.
And he put it on to UN.
Oh boy, yes he did. Because we give more than 50% to the UN, so you might be sunk if we pull out. So he's very disappointed. Trump is very disappointed in Putin. I mean, but I said, there's no need to bother with that guy. He's crazy.
Well, now he can say he tried.
Yeah, he did try, but you know, I figured it would be to no avail because he's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't deal with that guy. You can't deal with Putin. He's you know, he is what he is, and that's what he's going to be.
And now
he wants
has,
Ukraine.
And now he has said, look, we will support NATO in NATO's efforts to, you know, expel Russia from the Ukraine. Not we're going to jump in there and we're going to run the show. No, 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 no. He is saying that we'll back NATO as long as everybody else has a vested interest and they're putting some game in it. I got it. I mean, I'm with him. If that's what we need to do, that's what we'll do.
Yeah.
He's got my support.
Well, you know, I totally do like Donald Trump. I totally like somebody that is a doer, that does, you know, his campaign, both times he has done what he said he would do when he got elected. I like that.
And he's tried, so.
And some things he can do. His hands are tied. I mean, you know, you've got Congress and you've got all kinds of things. You've got Democrats that have been in the way and wouldn't let him do things. And so, anyway, things hopefully will get better. I'm not sold on the tariffs. I'm not sold. Somebody that's a big Republican called me yesterday and they said, you know, the tariffs are causing the real estate to, you know, really, they're blaming it on the real estate, some of the real estate problems on the tariffs. So, I mean, the tariffs, I have mixed feelings. I have really mixed feelings about that. Now, the immigration and all that, I'm totally with it. But
I think the purpose of the tariffs is to, worst case scenario, bring jobs or force companies to look at keeping jobs in the United States, whether it be things that didn't really pay a good salary, to
Yes.
force those jobs back into the country.
yes,
I mean,
and but I think they're worried that it's too long term. It's going to take too long. And Trump even said, look, this is not going to, it's going to take a little bit, but we'll get there. But it's going to take a little while. And so, but he's saying, can we wait a little while?
Yeah. The first one to blink is going to lose out. So Trump's approach is probably just, you know, let's ride it out. Because as long as you stay in the game, he will win on the tariffs. I don't really see a lot of uptick in, you know, the Democrats were screaming, oh my God, this is going to cause inflation. I've not seen it. I've not seen it. So.
Well, I don't know. We shall see. But anyway, we got to go to break again. It's coming fast. We'll be right back.
The K-Files is brought to you by John Barnes Electric, your full-service electrical company, serving Rocky Mount and surrounding areas. Locally owned, locally recommended. Available 24/7. Call today for a free estimate. 442-7002. 442-7002.
As I said, we will continue to talk about some on this show, unsolved murders. We don't want to lose sight of that. So, but let me take this call. It might be about something we talked about this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Sandra.
Good morning.
A question about utilities.
Yes.
You're aware that the Rocky Mountain has been paying $1 million per month for the last 10 years, and actually more, to pay off the $240 million debt that has been ongoing because of the utility problem with the debt.
Wow. No, I did not know those figures.
We're paying, we have been paying, and that's confirmed from the city itself to me, that we're presently paying $1 million per month toward the utility debt of $240 million that was renegotiated a few years ago.
Oh, goodness.
And that's supposed to be paid off approximately a year from now. So that's another consideration. And the big problem is that we are forced to keep the agreement where we cannot use any more money from the utilities other than 3% of the billing amount that's approved in that agreement. It can be no more than 5% over a period of 2 years. So it makes not a lot of sense to increase the utility costs, which has already been done recently.
Yes.
Those things are pretty complicated, but simple to understand if you know the figures. I think that topic could be discussed with the mayor the next time he comes on site.
Well, I would love to talk to him about that because that's very interesting.
That was confirmed by the utility department to me, and it has to be paid. And it makes sense that if you figure the estimated 10 to 12 years to pay off $240 million, it takes $1 million per month to do it.
Right, and we have a year.
And then we have the other expenses for, the event center and all the other projects that are pie in the sky ideas and we have the $5 million that was confirmed by the mayor of actual money toward that property that we probably should have never purchased, that would not have been approved by the local government association if they had the knowledge, or if we had the knowledge of the city, because those big purchases have to be approved by the state.
Right, right. Well, I understand the event center lost $5 million last year.
Well,
that's what I was
a good
told.
thing to talk about, because we shouldn't be losing any money in the event center. It's ridiculous because it'll be like everything else. It'll have to be refurbished in about 20 years.
Right.
It'll last forever. The upkeep is expensive to keep a building that size up, and the people who use it should be paying the cost equal to the cost of the facility.
Right.
At least that much, and then we still have to absorb the cost of keeping it up. Even that should be rolled into the cost of what it costs for teams and things to come in and use the facility.
Right.
A lot of that needs to be looked at because that's where our money's going. It's not just salaries. We can blame it some on salaries.
Yeah, no, I don't think it, no, I know it's not all I know some of it is, but no, it's not all salaries. You're right.
When you look at big chunks of money, that's $5 million just for the property that had to be revealed, and that was revealed with your help yesterday. And that's another consideration that it makes no sense to pay $5 million or even $15 million for something that was sold for $3 million about 5 months before that.
Right, right, exactly.
So we shouldn't be in the utility. We shouldn't be in utilities. We're supposed to be a non-profit utility.
Right.
We're supposed to be a co-op, and we're supposed to be operating it, and the city council is supposed to be running it in a fiduciary manner, so that with the profits from that should be coming back to the customers. But we never get any money back. I've been here almost 40 years and have never got any money back from utilities.
No.
And we paid $500 million already up to 10 years ago, and now we've got to pay the rest of it, which was $240 more million. So all those things are major issues that need to be discussed and considered, because it doesn't make sense to go up on the utility cost if it can't be applied when you can only use a certain percentage of it legally until this utility debt is paid off, because we've already signed an agreement with the government that it has to be paid off.
Right.
That helps you to think about some of those things.
Well, I do appreciate it. I know who you are, and I do appreciate your call. And I may be contacting you if I need some more information, but I do appreciate the call. Good information.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, we've had some very good calls this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We really have. So that's okay. We'll get to some of our cases next week. We'll do that. We'll close out for now. We got to go over to Les Feldick and let him come on this morning. There's a lot. I tell you what, that show at 9 o'clock, everybody loves it, and a lot of folks that are retired are home and watch it. And if we don't play that show, I get in a lot of trouble, and on time at that, if we're not on time. So anyway, thank y'all for watching. Appreciate the input, and we hope you'll call again. Call tomorrow and talk to the guys. Richard and Philip will be on tomorrow. So make it a great day, everybody. Thank you, JP.
Yes, ma'am.
The K-Files is brought to you by John Barnes Electric, your full-service electrical company, serving Rocky Mount and surrounding areas. Locally owned, locally recommended. Available 24/7. Call today for a free estimate. 442-7002. 442-7002.